Merry Christmas, guys, and welcome to my FPL Gameweek 18 team selection. In this video, as always, we're going to look at how my team fared in Gameweek 17 and take a look at my Gameweek 18 team selection going into the deadline on Boxing Day. Don't forget to set your teams, guys. This video is brought to you by myself, FPL.CARNAGE, in association with GW18. So, let's get right into it. In Gameweek 17, my team scored a total of 93 points. I think one of my best so far this season. I could have easily had 105 points. But yeah, I'll get into that. In goal, I had Sanchez. You know, he had the away game to Everton over the weekend. 9 points from him. Kept a clean sheet. Got some points from save returns and two bonus points. It was really unfortunate that Chelsea didn't come away with a win in that game. I think they were quite unfortunate that Jackson missed a few chances. And we all know how tough it is, at Goodison Park because of like their defensive solidity and everything. But yeah, Sanchez 9 points from him. Robinson with a clean sheet. He was on two bonus points, 2 minutes to the end of the game, but he got knocked out of the bonus points. So just 6 points for him. Saliba with 2 points in their win against Crystal Palace over the weekend. Hall with a clean sheet and one bonus point in the game against Ipswich. I was actually really worried that Ipswich were going to get something out of that game. Like I said in my previous video, they don't concede more than two, or rather they haven't conceded more than two, apart from when they faced Man City and Liverpool in their home. So I was really worried that the clean sheet wasn't going to, come from that Newcastle game. But 7 points from him. In midfield, I had Mbelmo that I brought in for Semeyo. He scored 2 points. I don't know. It was a really terrible game from Brentford. Nottingham Forest have really, really been great this season so far. So kudos to them. Saka got injured in the first half of the game against Crystal Palace. So 1 point from him. Cole Palmer, 3 points. That's back-to-back blanks so far. It doesn't bother me anyways. Mohamed Salah, it's Mo Salah, right? 2 goals, 2 assists in the game against Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, he was my captain. 42 points from him. I think he's on course to beat his best ever FPL season that he tallied 303 points. He's really, really going, and Liverpool are just ticking and ticking. Everything just revolves around him. So it's really, really great to see him on great form. Ishak, hat-trick against Ipswich. Really, really fantastic. Really, really great game. I think he is looking like he's getting back to his best form. Especially like he hasn't gone on any like serious injuries, so he's getting like his form back, and it's really great to see they have another game home. So 17 points from him. Jackson 2 points, could have easily been more. Had a chance to score a brace, hit the bar, missed a one-on-one against Pickford. João Pedro 2 points against West Ham. Could have also gotten a few assists, but it's just been terrible to watch Brighton so far. But 93 points in total from my team in game week 17. I'm really, really pleased. A massive green arrow from 360 to 234k in the world overall ranking. So a lot of positives to take from it. Let's look at what my team is looking like going into game week 18. So in game week 18, I have Robert Sanchez starting for me in goal. Pleased to say that most of my players are, have home fixtures on Boxing Day. Mbuemo is the only player currently that I have that's going to be playing away. In goal, I have Sanchez hosting Fulham. It's going to be a really tough game. But I do believe that Chelsea will come away with a win. I just don't know if I see a potential clean sheet in this game. Chelsea aren't the best side defensively, but Sanchez should be able to get some safe points if they're not able to keep a clean sheet in this game. But I think they should, right? I think they should. But yeah, Sanchez is in goal. In my backline, I have Saliba at home to Ipswich Town. I think this is a game that Arsenal should easily keep a clean sheet. It should be an easy clean sheet for them, in my opinion, anyways. It should be very, very easy clean sheet. My second defender is going to be Lewis Hall, hosting Aston Villa. I do think it's a game that they concede, but Newcastle are better when they play at home. Hall, really, really great attacking output. I do think he should get something out of this Aston Villa game. Aston Villa's away record this season so far hasn't been so great, so I do think it should be a game that he gets something out of. Then my third defender is going to be Veltman at home to Brentford. Brighton haven't been the best side defensively either, but Veltman plays as a fullback. So I just hope that something, comes out for him. He did get about 67 minutes in the game against West Ham, although he got yellow carded. I think that was the reason for taking him off. I do believe if he didn't get the yellow card, he could have played a bit longer. So that's what my backline is looking like. In the midfield, I have Mbeumo away to Brighton. I think Brentford will look to bounce back in this game against Brighton. Brighton haven't looked like themselves. They haven't won a game in their last three. Brentford lost their last game at home. I do see a lot of goals in this fixture. It's Boxing Day. I think Mbeumo should be able to get something out of this game. In midfield, I have Bukayo Saka, and I have a few options, right? I do think I want to go for Diogo Jota. I'm just worried about his minutes. But the thing is, I know that if he does start, he has a higher, probability of actually getting goal or assist involvement in these games. And I know that if I bring him in, he's going to start one of the games against either Leicester or West Ham over the weekend, right? Diaz seems like a safer option, but then again, he's subject to rotation just as well as Diogo Jota. So I think it's just something to, roll the dice and just pick. Bruno Fernandes is an option, but I don't like what I'm seeing from Manchester United so far. Their gameplay isn't so convincing, right? I mean, Bruno gets chances. Ahmad is also an option. They get a lot of chances, but they don't play convincingly, which means that they could switch off at any point in any game, right? Odegaard is also, a good shout. Foden as well, good shout. City have a really great run of games, and he's quite affordable at the moment. So I think he's a great shout for Foden. A really great differential as well. I'm gonna, try to make my decision before the deadline, but I am leaning towards getting an Arsenal asset, maybe Martinelli or Odegaard. Odegaard is a really good shout, by the way. Now on penalties, on corner, set piece duties as well. So it's a great shout. My third midfielder is Cole Palmer at home to Fulham, a possible captaincy option this week. He should get something out of this game. I don't see him blanking 3 games in a row, to be very honest. He did look off in the game against Everton. He seems to have been, double marked in that game. But yeah, Salah most likely going to be everybody's captain going into Gameweek 18. He's hosting Leicester. He has been on terrific form. 11 double figure hauls in 17 game weeks. He has blanked just twice this season. I think he is the go-to captain. And so at this point of the season, I think he's a set and forget captain at the moment. In attack, I have Alexander Isak at home to Aston Villa. Newcastle and Villa fixtures always seem like they have a particular pattern. The person at home seems to dominate like in this particular fixture. Newcastle has a really fantastic home record, so I think Isak will get something out of this game against Aston Villa. Jackson at home to Fulham. He has a better record away, but he has been playing decently. I do believe that despite the fact that Chelsea can't, like, they continue to spawn out chances for him, a massive haul may just be on the horizon for him. It may come against Fulham, right? My third attacker is going to be João Pedro. Ultimately, I think this may be my last chance. I don't know. Because I feel like he plays better with Welbeck. And since Welbeck's absence, he doesn't just have that connection with Ruda or any of the other attackers up there. And it just, it's suffering watching him. I may actually drop him to the bench and start Rodgers against Newcastle, right? It was really, really sad to see Rodgers on the bench returning 14 points against Manchester City. Not to say that he's going to produce something similar, but who knows? I may actually make a late decision and drop Pedro to my bench and start Rodgers ahead of him just because I'm not convinced on Brighton's gameplay at the moment, right? But yeah, my captaincy this week is definitely going to be Mohamed Salah. My vice captaincy is going to be on Cole Palmer. I am definitely going to make a few changes to this team. Like I said, I'm going to have to take Saka out. He's predicted to drop this night. So if you haven't taken him out, I do advise that you take him out before his price drops further. I currently have just one free transfer. I do think I'm going to take a -4 this week. To, maybe either get a Liverpool defender or a Liverpool attacker somewhere in my team. But yeah, this is what my team is looking like going into game week 18. If you have any questions ahead of the deadline, please leave them in the comment section. I'll do well to get back to them as quickly as possible. Thank you guys for watching my video. Once again, this video is brought to you by myself, FPL Carnage, in association with GW18.